Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some more Golgari mid-range. The main difference in this list in comparison to the past list is we're playing with Ashiok Manipulator, which should be popping up on screen for you at any moment now. But today's video is definitely a different video than ones you'll see previously, in the fact that the decks that we matched up against today were insane. It was just honestly the most unique, different variation of decks I've ever seen. 3 of them are not meta, but they were just doing their own game plan, and we had to try to figure it out as we played our matches. So outside of that, we're just going to get into them. First match is mono red, of course, because why wouldn't it be? But the other ones after that, we got a little rot priest action. We got a little bit of spicy rat action. I don't know what all was happening, but I definitely hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you around. Opponent goes first. Keep our hand. Hand's fine. Our hand was fine. I just ran in the mono red over and over and over again, so I'm having a good time. Assume everybody else probably is too. What do I even do? I guess I just play a 3-2. They didn't play Kamano, so I feel a little bit more confident about my hand. But they go... Why? Huh? I played this deck a couple of times. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Foundries, to be honest with you. They always just seem so whack. I play a Foundry, but I have a Tortoise in my deck that kind of makes it reasonable. We hold the line. Hope they can't activate Godric because they have 1 red. They find a second. You find a second. Any chick, play another threat, give Godric flying. No? Conan, I think you're playing the deck wrong. Didn't lead off on Kamano. Okay. That's reasonable. That's a little bit different. Now, will we shield it or do we Terrace under? Thoughts, team? I kind of want to Terrace under. They have 1 card in hand. Terrace under, exile the Godric, take like 3 or 4 maybe. I like that plan. I like that plan a lot, actually. I no longer like my plan. My plan sucks. How many cards they got? They got 1 card in there? Sure. I mean, the plan's like the same, I guess. Lock here. Waiting for them to pump. Make sure there's not a monster rage. Get that out of here. Please leave. I don't like it as much as the next guy. We'll play Shieldred down. We got Virtue, which is sick, plus a 2-drop here, or even a draw, kind of. We just need them not to have a Witchstalker Frenzy. This card red on top. I mean, even if they attack me with their 2 creatures on the ground, like, I'm scrapping. I'm scrapping for sure. Like a Virtue or Persistence, then they have to attack out. I would have loved to draw on land because of the Lord Skitters here, but can't do much about it. Keep that up. I have Terrace under, which is like mid at best, I guess. We could try to draw a card, gain in like go to 13, but we'll play Dread Knight. Maybe they strike it out of the way, maybe play with fire it out of the way. I would assume they're going to hold Play with Fire and hope for a Lightning Strike in addition to having Play with Fire to take out my Shieldred, because their creatures don't generally get there. Lose 2. Not the relevant part of what Shieldred's providing for us. It's the life gain. I mean, you paying for that to come back? You are. No red mana. Sweet. Block, block. That's what we wanted. Just thick. Play land. We play the Sewer King. The reason we have to get this down is so it can eat their squee in combat. That one. That's a good one. The sneaky one. We do have a couple creatures back to block, so I'm gonna get shielded in. At some point, I want to get this game closed out. If they crew up the Foundry, it's not good. It is not good at all. Terra Sunder can exile target artifact or enchantment. We'll highlight our own. When this is an artifact creature, so if they bring it up, we definitely get rid of it. They have Witchstalker Frenzy in their yard. It has to be 3 or less, right? Yeah, so it doesn't do anything. Okay. I couldn't remember for sure. We'll have Mosswood block the adversary if it attacks. So we'll cycle it, draw a card, gain an additional life. Just not going great for red. Well, maybe not the best opener of all time, but we'll definitely throw it back. A little bit better for sure. Who we end up getting rid of? Probably an Ashiok because we're super far away, and hitting land drops to get these shielded at some point is probably good enough. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us and we flood. Always possible. Red black or Grixis? I would say red black aggro. Yeah, that could be valuable here. Not going to be sold that they're going to play a lot of haste creatures here, but let me go ahead and play the Dread Knight now. Will you remove it? Will you play 2/2 haster? Epic here, sure. Comes our tap land. You find a nice looking little swamp to get this Liliana into play.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
Honestly, make it hard for him to remove it, honestly.
You won't be out.
Land war waste out. No, it's a split land here, but it's a pain land nevertheless. No attacks, no attack, no attackies. Just come back. Lethal demolition's a little bit of troublesome for us. What is the play here? Hopefully we can allow Lily to maybe take some damage here. I guess this is lethal for it. We'd lose our Dread Knight. They're just gonna kill it anyway. Yeah. Sure.
With friends.
If you have another one. Your Stalker Frenzy's pretty good at dealing with Shieldred. On 2 lands though. They are lower to the ground deck anyway, so doesn't surprise me. We ripped a good card here. We're hoping to draw a land now. Oh. You never know. Ah. Man, you've been watching too much A Shizzle, huh? Oh boy. You don't know what they're playing. They're basically wanting the Witchstalker Frenzy into the colony after they play whatever the card's called. There's a 2-drop or a 3-drop that every time a creature enters, it doubles its power. And I would assume that's the goal here. It also has trample, and I think it hits 32 power if you Witchstalker Frenzy the Tangle Colony. They just don't go to combat. Okay. The Liliana the Veil. Honestly, they have too many cards in hand. The down tick's also not that great here, so I am going to play Ashiok. Make 2/1/1s. I just attack with my tortoise. Make sure I just keep hitting lands. None of the blocks are super great for him, and I still want to hit mana if I can. Especially man lands here. Oh. We might have to use this 4/4 later. Definitely want the commander to go, so exiling a little less favorsome. Too bad it doesn't happen the opposite way, because it's beginning of combat if the card was put in exile. This is obviously put in exile. Let's see. You have it, opponent. Gotta make your streamer proud, please. Here's for one. King Ashiok for one. Mouse trigger is now on the stack. So it'll cost one less. Epicure. I can stop getting pinged for one. That'd be hot. We're honestly looking for a path to peril at this point. I don't care if they make all these rats. I think I'm way better off blocking this than anything else. I want Ashiok to stay around instead of find us cards. Make your one once. Exile one of them. Look at the top two cards, one of them, and then put the other in your hand. We'll exile the Glade. We can now cycle. We're looking for Path to Peril is the goal here. I guess I gotta look in my graveyard and see if I milled it. I have not, and it's not in exile. Play this. We have land to bring up. These can't block. These get bigger. Maybe we just sit here and just hold the line. Make it tough for him. This might be playing too passively, to be honest. Because they're in red black, they'll eventually find like a go for the third or another frenzy to remove my shieldred. Oh. Is this on the beginning of combat on our turn? Yeah, it's only our turn. Epicure comes in. It's Epicure number 3. Celebration. Dispel reduced. Get another mouse. What's up here? Counters on some stuff. The only problem is they have a hard situation with what's currently in play against them. I don't have a clean way to really get rid of Ashiok here. Especially considering I have a Restless Fortress I get to bring up. Whether they see that or not. Got to be seen. Put a counter on one that can't attack. A little confusing there. Sure. Take my turn. Let us plus. Virtual Persistence is pretty sick. I put the wrong card in exile. That sucks. Definitely read the card and did it backwards this time. Be alright. That's sick. What if we just play another fortress? And I suppose let's flood the board. When is it time to turn this creature sideways? These can't block. These are unfavorable. These are all unfavorable. Get them in. We want to wither their life total as much as we can, while we can, and I don't want to give them the option to quadruple block our shieldred here. But sure, we'll take out one of the Epicures. We'll bonk you for 3 more. You go to 7, most likely. I don't imagine they have a shieldred removal spell. It feels super weird because I do feel like I've been forced off my game plan in this matchup. Doesn't necessarily make me all that happy. The 2 permanents entered the battlefield. If you don't know how, the Commando flipping and re-entering the battlefield counts. Then Tangled Colony being the second. An additional Glissa. Alright, listen. If I activate Ashiok, let's not mess it up this time. Thoughts? What if I... Hopefully I don't mess it up. Alright, we get to go first. We have... Not a 2-drop, but a 2-mana spell. And pretty good top in here. So, deck laid down. Because if I want to have access to both colors mana, I'd rather not ping myself for it. Oh, we got a spicy boy in the house. Hello? Listen, I don't feel comfortable removing 1,000 Face Shadow. But I have to. I can't let that run around. You kidding me? They're just playing ninjas. That's crazy. This guy is my hero, literally. I love this guy.
Happy to help, but
Every commander player in the world's freaking out because they've had to deal with Yoriko way too long. They're like, I hate ninja players. I hate them. That's fair. That's just fair, to be honest. We're hitting every land under the sun. We'll activate now. They have less cards than us. We'll get rid of the land. Actually, we might need to keep that around. Let's get rid of the basic swamp. There goes basic island from them. The real problem is I think Glissa's probably going to end up dying here. But let's put Glissa on the stock. What do you have for 1 mana? Fading Hope? That's a little questionable, big dog. Not gonna lie. I mean, like, perfectly reasonable for what they're doing, but all they really want to do is attack, make sure there's no blocker, get in. They're most likely going to kill Liliana. They could swap their creature out, but I think most ninjas have to do on hits. When it enters the battlefield, Death Touch and Lifelink. Sure, I guess. Well, need to be the bearer of bad news, but I think I just passed the peril here. They have 1 mana, and if it's a spell pierce, I can pay for it. Take those out. We'll play Ashiok. We'll produce some creatures and play a Glissa. Now, this again could be counterspell, but if Ashiok sticks, I feel really good. Let's fire it. 6. Make some 1/1. Networker's got flying. It's a 1/1. We do have a go for the throat. Honestly, nice. I respect that. I respect that a ton. And if you don't have a sense of humor. We'll take his Lily, of course. Our opponent, not... Ooh, wait. It's an artifact creature? Why? What? -2. Sorry, opponent. I do feel bad about this. I respect the hustle, to be honest. And then these will attack. These will hit. I could hold up a go for the throat because they could have a flash creature here. I'm actually a little worried about that. So I'm just going to pass. Nothing. I definitely could see them playing Mastermind. The 2-drop flash 2/1 flyer, because 1 has flying, so it has some amount of evasive. 2, it's played on our turn, so we can't really prepare for it, so they can ninjutsu it and then flash it back in on our turn again. So there's definitely a lot that can be done with it. MTG only. Ah, so you're saying you're not a fan of other card games, huh? Who goes first? That sucks, but we'll keep. This hand is kind of horrible, to be honest. Just the way our mana works out. Like, the hand fundamentally is fine, but I haven't played against mono red today, so yeah, I'm a little scared. I hate this game. I was hoping they would target it with something. They have something to give it protection. If it's a phase out effect, I want them to do it now. My 1 infect. Give it to me. It does phase out. Although, I guess that's kind of awful for our Liliana. It's like, Lily can't do nothing there. So let's play a 3/2. Kind of have it be a little chumpy boy. Get Fading Hope bounce back to my hand. Oh, no. Okay. Hey, I respect that. I mean, I'm gonna try to block all day, but I have a little bit of poison on me. I only need a couple of proliferates after a while. Ooh. Am I dead? I have this plus 2 spells. No, I already got 1 infect. I feel dead. I feel super dead. Play Lily. You have to make him sack.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me. Haven't
Oh,
you
well.
ever heard of personal
Didn't
space?
play anything in response to that. I only have a green available. If they have another Fading Hope or a way to phase out their creature, they could have phased out their creature, gave me 2 infect, and then Fading Hope bounced the creature back to their hand. And then Liliana minus wouldn't have done anything, and they would have got a lot of poison in on us. But, hey, not for me to question. I'm only here to listen, you know? I could try to remove it. Most likely that's not going to work. I can replay a 3-2. See if they counter it, maybe. I wish this was instant speed. That'd be sick. Ass, I guess. Might have to bring up the Foundry to block. Okay. This is... Opponent, this is getting real weird. I don't like this game anymore. I'm gonna play a Shelly. Just don't bounce it. Your turn. If you think about it, opponent, you're at 8. I'm at 7. We're both in a weird spot, huh? I also don't like care that much. I'm definitely more on the train of just like, let's just get the job done. So I'm gonna start getting a little bit aggressive here, I think. At least my plan. Could have Tyvar stand. That wouldn't be great. So I don't think I want to get rid of Shieldred. I do want to eat that Rot Priest though. You ain't bringing that back under my watch. No way. I want to do that. Here comes Tyvar stand, like I told you. They'll have Indestructible, but we can cheese it. They don't have another Cameo Safekeeping. That's like fine. Got Hexproof. That's what we were kind of dodging our Virtue of Loyalty with. Virtue of Persistence. The funny part I was saying about Tyvar stand, if they make it only so big, that'll hit. And it won't kill it, but technically -3/-3 will make it register under that toughness and it'll actually die. Weird way that works. If you didn't know, of course. Let's go to my turn. I love playing my turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's get the Tortoise in play. I want to hit land drops. And I'll take Takenuma. Might not be my favorite land, but a land nevertheless. Make them use their spell to protect, I guess. Or buff or something along those lines. Good block. I would assume we see a protection spell here. Is hexproof again? It's always hexproof. Yep. Goes in. Not necessarily anything special happening here. I'm going to play the Trespasser, to be honest with you. And I don't know if drawing that card is going to necessarily be relevant. And we're going to lose it, so I'm going to eat it. It's going to end up in exile anyway, so we might as well eat it there. Oh, Shore Up's not a 1/1 counter. There's so many of these just like 1 mana blue weird like protection spells. Hey, it's nighttime. I like that. But best part about our Tortoise is activating our man lands are cheaper. It says 2 mana, but it's only 1 because of the Tortoise. Move to combat. At this point, I think it's just an attack out. Even if they deal with my shielded, I don't care. I guess I'll eat Glissa, and I'll go to your graveyard, and I will eat your Fading Hope. And I'll eat your March. I'm just eating all the spells. This. Put it in the lane. Go. There's a lot. There's a lot of damage. So you block the 5. You take 4, 5, 6, 7. 11. All the way up to 14. The bonk. There's like also no way I should win this game with as many protection spells and stuff that they have. Score up. Effect. You can only give me so many. And it phases out. I go to 7. This is like the real surprising part. If they had 2 of these Rot Priests, that was so dead. And they kind of did. They just didn't. Resolves. I go to 8 Infect. They go to Dedge. What a weird game. What a weird game. I've played arguably some of the weirder games I've played in a really long time in these past like 3 or 4. I really don't know what to do about it, to be honest with you. All right, talking about the deck, we don't have a whole lot to talk about really. I definitely have uploaded Golgari quite a bit. Main thing that we splashed in that was different is Ashiok. We really wanted to try this card out. I saw Go Blues video on the deck where he was playing Ashiok. But he was also playing like the Cauldron, Staff of Domination, or Staff of Completion. Staff of Completion. I didn't really want to play those cards. I kind of wanted to keep the Golgari deck pretty fundamentally the same, but just trying how Ashiok could be presented in best of 1. It definitely had some shine in certain spots, but also some downsides. So I think it should probably go to a 1 of, maybe. Based on today, it should just be like this, probably. I played against Mono Red so much today, or even back to this, and just kind of use this as our top end card again, even though it's kind of here more or less in our deck overall. But I'm not really sure. It was fine. It did well. Liliana, the other Walker. It's like, it's so good against the control matchups, but a lot of times it finds itself being a little bit clunky. Glissa's fine. It has to be answered, so it does most of the time get answered. Graveyard Trespasser filling the same slot in terms of just like eating important cards in the graveyards, whether that's our opponent's Mosswood Dread Knight after we kill him, because yes, when you kill it, it does go to the graveyard. You have to redo the Dread Whispers in order for it to go back to the Adventure Zone. It's a little misunderstanding that sometimes occurs, but also answer maybe other people's underdogs, or in some matchups you saw we exiled Squeeze or other creatures that our opponent was trying to bring back, or even spells sometimes if they were kicking the Bloodthirsty Adversary. There's a lot to this deck. I really enjoy playing it still. Definitely one of my more favorite decks. I do think in this version, as you kind of lean more into like an Ashiok and lower on the Tortoises, you might potentially cut the Mishra's Foundries, or at least lower it down a little bit. Maybe play something else. You might argue that you might want to play some of the cycle lands because you do flood a little bit, and also putting the cycle lands in the graveyard isn't necessarily that bad when you have the Blossoming Tortoise, so you know you're kind of guaranteed to hit lands if you cycle the turn before. Other than that, Golgari's sick. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all later in the next one. Peace. Bye.